Alright, hopefully these videos are fairly short. I'm going to go through the Burning Heaven gods of the setting, and they're kind of open-ended as far as which race worships which god. Some of them are more defined, and I'm sure there might be other gods or lesser deities that are, running around in the setting or in the setting. Another thing that's kind of open-ended is we didn't really say where the gods are located or what plane of existence they're from, or if they're actually in the world itself. So again, this is something that's sort of open-ended. Depending on how you want to do it in your setting, you can, run it however you like. First god is Adhalid, which means secret river, and his domains are insanity, luck, lust, rivers, and secrets. It is said that Adhalid dwells in the rivers and streams of the land, and gathers unto himself all the secrets that people want to keep hidden. He is a master of gossip, betrayals, illegal business dealings, and secret sins. He has seduced many a chaste couple into the throes of passion, especially when they were near a river. It is said that Adhalid is a mad god, and at times he bestows insanity on those nearby. He likes to influence the ways of the world or change the odds in favor of a mortal he admires, and in so doing, he lost some of his sanity. Next god is On, which means water high. His domains are air, magic, oceans, seas, and water. On was the god of the skies and the rains before the heavens burned. When the skies turned red, he sought refuge in the watery depths below. According to the legends, he bides his time at the bottom of the ocean, but will return one day to reclaim the skies and quench the inferno that burns there. As the god of the seas of today and the skies of yesterday, On is especially revered by the Gedim, who draw a parallel between On's fate and their own history as a fallen race. On is not so much worshipped as respected and honored. His religion is more akin to animism and nature reverence than any formal doctrine or organization. On is believed to be one of the major sources of primordial magics in the world, and many of his most ardent followers are powerful spellcasters. It is said that On lost a war with Ganzer at the beginning of the world, and that led to his current state of being. The next god is Barakara, which means unknown. His domains are cold, death, fate, sorrow, and vengeance. Not much is known about this deity. It is an enigma, and it is surrounded in mystery. None knows if the deity is a male or female, or perhaps even an impersonal, uncaring force. Many philosophers and theologians speculate on the properties of this deity, but the only thing that is really known is that eventually all come to feel the presence of this thing before the end of life. The next god is Durgarama, which means divine mother, or Dird-Irama. The domains are childbirth, harvest, love, pride, and wisdom. Females that give birth call on her most of all, but husbands also seek to ask her favor for their loved ones. She is called upon during auspicious events in life, such as the birth of children, harvest time, marriages, and appointments to public office. It is said that every drop of blood that falls to the ground was once in her veins. It is also held to be true that Durd-Irama and Ganzer's lust brought forth the mortal races, combining both flesh and the flame within it. The next god is Ganzer, which means flame. His domains are destruction, fire, light, magic, and suffering. In the beginning was the flame. The flame was, is, and shall be. All things mortal are reflections and ash. But for as long as mortal flesh is able to keep part of the flame within itself, ash can be ember, keeper, and fuel of the flame. Thus can the flame be kept burning. For ash, ember, reflection, and flame are all things. Should the flame go out, all things cease to be. Created from fire, unto fire we go when our candle is snuffed out. It is said that Ganzer is the father of all the mortal races in some way, shape, or form. The specifics of this are lost in the myriad beliefs of the religions of the world. It is also said that in the beginning, On and Ganzer and some other deities fought a brutal war in the heavens. The end of that conflict is not known to the mortals of the world, but in many ways it seems Ganzer won. Next deity is Imhul. The domains are air, archery, art, birds, and dancing. The worshippers of this goddess hold birds as being the carriers of inspiration and the muses of artists. Killing birds is forbidden, and dead birds that are found are cremated in honor. It is believed that the goddess Imhol travels through the air and loves archery, art, birds, and dancing. There are no priests of this god yet, as the world is young, but there are plenty of ardent worshippers. A pleasant cool breeze on a hot day is attributed to her, and vicious storms are sometimes said to be Imhol being exceedingly angry at something. The next god is Lukinatum. The domains are animals, change, hunger, hunting, and nature. The worshippers of this deity believe that Lukinatum changes from being male to female depending on its mood. It also changes its form from one creature to another depending on its needs during its almost constant hunt of its prey. Lukinatum roams the wild places of the world, but will at times come closer to small villages and towns if it feels the need of one of its worshippers. Sometimes the deity will eat those that call it if it is hungry enough, or deems the summons unworthy of its presence. So it's only best to summon the deity when something's dire. So this is an example of perhaps the deity being present in the world. Lukinatum is almost always hungry, so calling upon it is rare and a dangerous thing. Unlike some of the other deities, Lukinatum is more widely known about and feared. And the next deity is Mun-U-Hashma, which means scorching king. The domains are air, destruction, fire, judgment, and righteousness. The H.A.R.P they basically call him by another name, which is Ar-Firzon, which they consider to be God King of the Sky. The H.A.R.P believe him to be the king of all the gods, while other intelligent creatures believe him to be a brother or son of Ganser. Myth tells that the H.A.R.P were chosen to defend the burning skies from all the evil that comes from below. Mun-U-Hashma is harsh but just. The H.A.R.P believe that he became king of the gods by smiting the evil Galanamia, the demons, that originally walked the world in the early days. H.A.R.P live in fear of him, believing that he destroys the wicked with righteous fire. Let's see what time we got here. Okay, the next deity is Nam-Ushpaj. His domains are chaos, darkness, destruction, fire, and water. He has several forms, one of them being one of the Aureliu race, but mainly his form is that of a monstrous bloated leviathan that swims in the deep waters of the world. It is not only the tsunamis that he can create that destroy. His breath is fire that has burned entire towns and villages. Sometimes he destroys innocent lives just to keep the Aureliu in line and in fear of him. I'm having a hard time pronouncing some stuff here. Sorry, guys. He has been known to shrink his size so that he may travel up rivers and even small streams. When a family of Aureliu children are born, one of them is chosen as a sacrifice to this deity. He knows if this is not performed and will destroy whole villages in retribution. The chosen child is drowned in water. One of the three parents must perform this drowning, but if they will not or can't make themselves do it, a priest of the deity is a suitable replacement for the parents. One of the many monstrous demigods of Nam-Ushpaj shows up to take the sacrifice down to the deity itself. Here's another example of the deity actually being present in the setting. Sometimes when several groups of children are born, Nam-Ushpaj himself will show up to accept the sacrificed children personally. Sacrificed children are devoured by the deity, but some of them are changed to a demigod to fulfill the will of the god. The tenets of the religion: number 1, sacrifice of a single child shall be formed from each brood of children, and they have several children when they give birth. Those that do not perform the sacrifice give all of their lives, or give the lives of everyone around them, a death sentence. Number 2, water is holy, you shall not defile it. Number 3, hymns must be sung to the deity when first waking and before sleep. This may be done quietly, but must be able to be heard out loud. These hymns are sung while laying on one's back. Hymns sung while floating on one's back in water are said to greatly please Namashpaj. Number 4. When told to perform something by the deity, you must obey it even if it requires your death. Number 5. All children at 2 years of age are required to be marked on the forehead by removing 2 of their scales and having the tender flesh underneath burned with a holy symbol. This holy symbol resembles the following letter combination. It's basically like a small O, a large X, and then a small O. That's what the holy symbol looks like. Number 6, prayers are to be said after singing hymns in the morning and night. Number 7, respect the spirits of all things by showing the spirits your honor and glorify Namashpaj. Every animate and inanimate thing is believed to have a spirit that dwells inside of it. When killing living things or destroying something inanimate, it is always proper to thank the spirit for its life and ask forgiveness for its death. And the last one, number 8, all Aureliu should be placed in water at death for their funeral. The demigods will take them below the water for judgment. So this is more of a very interactive thing where the demigods literally collect the dead of the Aureliu culture. And for following these tenets, the righteous at death are believed to be reincarnated as new Aureliu children to live once more. Those that have not lived holy lives are forever devoured by Namashpaj to never live again. The next god is Niha. The domains are focus, forgiveness, patience, speed, and strength. Not much is known of Niha, but it is thought that when one prays or meditates hard enough, that he will help comfort and calm a savage or sorrowful heart. It is thought that Niha seeks to make the world a better place by calming the mortal urges of the body, and to focus the conceptual ideas of the mind. It is said that through rigorous training and a focused use of the body, one can find a measure of happiness and preparedness in life. The next deity is Nijma-i-Bira, and the domains are commerce, fate, luck, merchants, and money. Nijma-i-Bira is a favorite god of the merchants, and those that wish good luck for themselves, and bad luck for their enemies would be wise to pay him homage. The church of this deity is a highly structured and funded one, and demands a percentage donation from all profits made by its members. There aren't many laws on personal behavior, but they do teach each individual to set optimistic goals for themselves and to strive most diligently to achieve them. The next deity is Nidzu. The domains are knowledge, language, peace, silence, and speech. Eshbahals believe that Nidzu created the written word, and they love her for that. The followers of Nidzu say that she has no physical form, but she can appear as a glowing, pulsing beacon of white or yellow light. There is no priesthood for this goddess yet, as the world is very young. The next deity is Numanu, and the domains are like fighting in the darkness, blindness, darkness, runes, and the unborn. Numanu walks the realm between and above as a blind old wanderer. Those that challenge him will find that he is a fighter of unparalleled skill, especially in the darkness. In his youth, Numanu was a rune master, and one of his experimental runes exploded, blinding him to the world, making the only thing that he can see rune patterns. So everything is translated into different shapes. Since his accident, he has adapted to a divine life ruling over darkness and the underground. Pregnant females pray to him since he is attributed with the development of the unborn, since they develop in darkness in the womb. It is said that his chosen ones are the children born blind, with the prominent members being those that are afflicted like him with this strange runic vision. Children that are born blind are usually taken to one of his temples and are instructed to function as fully as a sighted person. They are also taught martial arts and perform many duties that strengthen their limbs as well as their will to deal with a harsh world. The special ones that can see runes are taught to be rune masters and use rune magic. Let's see here. The next deity is, Sugina. Her domains are decay, judgment, prophecy, seasons, and time. Some believe that Sugina judges the dead, but others don't agree with that at all, saying that she decrees her judgments to the other gods, and then decisions are made by those more powerful than her. Though young, it is said that she chronicles every event, and will do so till the end of the world. She brings upon the changes of the seasons and is sometimes called upon at festivals that celebrate these changes. She is sometimes pictured as an old crone scribbling words on the walls of her gray-walled abode, wherever that may be. She sometimes aids mortals with vague prophecies and signs, and it is said that she does this to sway the fate of things in the world, irregardless of what the other gods' wishes and decisions are. The next god is Tucumur. His domains are honor, self-discipline, strength, unarmed combat, and war. Although he is a god of war, Tucumur actually specializes in unarmed combat and contests of strength. It is said that he believes in the self-discipline gained from such things. Tucumur is the greatest in strength and in deeds of prowess amongst the gods. He rides no steed, for he is tirelessly fleet of foot and can outrun all other things that travel upon the ground. He wields no weapons, for his weapons are his hands and knowledge. He pays no heed of the past or of the future, and is of little avail as a counselor, but he is a hardy and true friend to those that call upon him. The Tomofu believe that Tucumur created and trained them to be as the mountains, strong and mighty. The Tomofu believe that the heavens were burned due to the last battle between the powers of benevolence and honor and the powers of malignancy and dishonor. Tomofu believe that since Tucumur battles against the powers of malignancy, that in a like manner they are put upon the world to aid those that don't have strength and or prowess, and fight for them. Although the world is young, there is a priesthood for Tucumur, known as the Shaman Pentad, of which each Tomofu clan has one. There are other shamans who are trained to assume the role within the Pentad when one of the Pentad passes to the warrior's reward in death. All Tomofu believe the greatest honor is earned in defending those who cannot defend themselves, battling against those which are malignant and dishonorable. And to this end, many Tomofu can be found wandering the world. So they are the main worshippers, the Tomofu. The last deity, sort of fleshed out deity is Ushmagal, and the domains are community, courage, honor, magic, and wisdom. When life was young, Ushmagal emerged from chaos and took compassion on the burgeoning life. Under Ushmagal's guidance, life flourished and became more varied and complex, until intelligence developed. The great dragon endeavored to teach the intelligent new forms about community and society. In time beyond remembering, some say before the beginning of the world, the Musgiri began to thrive and found Ushmagal, who taught them the threefold way of the will, now just called the threefold way, the will and the way, or just the way. The foundation of the threefold way is honor, courage, and wisdom. As the Musgiri travel the way, they may ascend to become dragons in service to Ushmagal. Upon the foundation of the way are the virtues of community, compassion, discipline, honesty, integrity, love, and respect. The pinnacle of the foundation and the virtues is community. Just as dragons have 7 limbs, the way has 7 tenets, which is believed to be the number of completeness. In addition to this, there have been the mother and father deities worshipped by the Igigig, but no one really knows what their tenets are or what they believe in, and as time progresses, those will be learned. Well, if you're still here, I guess you got through all the videos. Thanks for sitting down and watching them or listening to them on your headset, whatever. That's really all we have with the setting. The rest of it is open-ended, and whatever you can add to it if you run it, feel free. If you want to steal bits and pieces of this and include in your own setting, you're more than welcome to. It's free for all, and whatever you guys like or dislike, it's really up to you. Take it, mold it, do whatever you want with it. All right, everyone, have a good one. I'll talk to you guys later.